Intermittent fasting after 40. Miracle or trap? Have you ever skipped breakfast thinking it would help you slim down? Tried fasting for 16 hours, ended up cranky, with a headache, no focus, and by the end of the day ate everything in sight? You're not alone. Intermittent fasting has become a trend, a miracle promise, a best-selling book topic. But here's the question. Does it actually work for your body after 40? Today, we're going to talk about what Instagram doesn't tell you. That fasting, if done the wrong way, can backfire. It can mess with your hormones, disrupt your sleep, drain your energy, and ironically, slow down your metabolism. But don't worry, this isn't some nutrition scare tactic. It's a real talk backed by science, relatable stories, and yes, a few laughs along the way. Your body has changed. Your strategies need to change too. Back when you were 25, skipping breakfast felt like a lifestyle. You'd grab a snack around 11, hit the gym, and somehow still lose weight. But after 40, it's like your body has a photographic memory, and everything you don't eat in the morning turns into build-up hunger at night. It's not that intermittent fasting doesn't work. It's that it works differently depending on your body, your hormonal stage, and yes, your emotional state too. During perimenopause and menopause, your body goes through a silent revolution. Estrogen levels drop, insulin sensitivity shifts, cortisol, your stress hormone, loves to spike, and all of that affects how your body responds to long stretches without food. What used to feel like a practical choice can now be seen by your body as a threat. The result? Stress, inflammation, and yep, more belly fat. Thanks, biology. And there's more. When your body senses scarcity, it slows down your metabolism to protect you. So that 16-hour fast you thought would help you lose weight? Your body might have interpreted it as an energy emergency. And when we live in emergency mode, the body holds on to whatever it can, including fat. Fasting can be a helpful tool, but only when it's used wisely and with real respect for what your body is trying to tell you. Intermittent fasting can be an amazing tool. When done with intention, it can improve insulin sensitivity, give your digestive system a break, and even help regulate appetite. The problem is that, more often than not, it's used as punishment, like, I overate yesterday, so today I'm not eating until 2 p.m. That turns fasting into self-punishment, not strategy. And trust me, your body feels that difference. So what actually works? A short, mindful, and flexible fast, something like 12 to 14 hours, aligned with your sleep rhythm and stress levels. If you go to bed at 10 p.m., have dinner by 8, and eat a nourishing breakfast at 8 the next morning, guess what? That's a fast. And better yet, it's sustainable. It doesn't feel like torture. Now, fasting for 16 or 18 hours when you're already waking up tired, sleeping poorly, and riding the hormonal roller coaster? Forget it. Your body will ask for double the food later, with interest. Here's another thing no one talks about. Fasting without enough protein or strength training is a recipe for muscle loss. And remember, muscle is gold after 40. Losing weight doesn't help if you're losing the very thing that keeps your metabolism running strong. The goal isn't to eat less. It's to eat smart. Fasting that works is fasting that fits into your life, not the kind that leaves you cranky, drained, and arguing with the fridge at 10 p.m. Fasting during menopause can feel like one of those relationships that starts out great and then suddenly turns into a mess of mixed signals. At first, you might feel lighter, less bloated, but after a few days, your sleep falls apart, your mood swings like crazy, and your appetite goes through the roof. And you wonder, is it me or is fasting driving me nuts? Spoiler, it might be both. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen and progesterone levels take a nosedive, and cortisol, the stress hormone, loves to fill that empty space. The result? Your body is already under constant pressure. So when you throw long fasting into the mix, it's like adding fuel to the stress fire. Cue the usual symptoms: irritability, cravings, chronic fatigue, and that classic feeling of, I'm doing everything right, but nothing's working. But here's the good news: if you adjust fasting to fit your body's current needs, it can work in your favor. On calmer days, after a good night's sleep, a gentle 12 to 14-hour fast might feel great. On more intense days, PMS, high stress, poor sleep, having a nourishing breakfast earlier and treating yourself with kindness is the smarter move. It's not about rigid rules, it's about flexibility. Your body is changing, and your strategies need to change with it. If you tried fasting, followed all the rules, and still ended up feeling drained, cranky, and ready to eat everything in the fridge, take a breath. You didn't fail. Maybe fasting just isn't right for your body, at least not right now. And that's okay. Being healthy after 40 isn't about chasing trends. It's about listening to your body with wisdom. And let's be honest, your body does speak. Sometimes it yells, and it deserves to be heard. If fasting isn't working for you, try strategies that support your hormones without burning you out. Eating protein in the morning can be a game changer. It helps control appetite, boosts your mood, and protects your muscle mass. Focus on meals with veggies, healthy fats, and real carbs. You don't need to avoid rice, potatoes, or fruit. But you should avoid the kind of diet culture fear that makes you afraid of a banana. Another powerful tip: space your meals throughout the day and don't skip important ones like breakfast. That helps keep your blood sugar, mood, and energy stable. And on days when you're stressed, didn't sleep well, or feel emotionally off, the best choice isn't fasting, it's nourishment. Because sometimes healing starts with a real, nourishing meal served with care and without guilt. If you're still curious about trying intermittent fasting, the best way to start is gently. Don't jump straight into 16:8 thinking you'll wake up with abs like J. Lo. Try a lighter fast, like 12 hours. For example, eat dinner at 7 p.m. and have a good breakfast at 7 a.m. If that leaves you feeling clear, light, and in control, great. But if it leaves you tired and with a headache, stop. That's not a sign of weak willpower. It's a sign your body needs a different approach. Here's another golden tip: pair fasting with proper rest, hydration, and real food. A glass of water with a pinch of salt and a splash of lemon in the morning can help restore electrolytes, especially if you feel weak. And remember, fasting is not an excuse to skip essential nutrients. If you're eating in a smaller window, you need to eat better. Go for complete meals with protein, fiber, healthy fats, and a little love on your plate. And lastly, don't compare your fast to your neighbors, your favorite influencers, or your husband's. Your body has its own story, its own rhythm, its own needs. Honor that. What matters isn't fasting longer. It's fasting mindfully if it suits you, or simply nourishing yourself without fear. The best plan is the one you can actually stick to without losing your mind, without guilt, and that makes you feel alive, strong, and happy. That's what real, healthy weight loss looks like. Have you ever stopped to think that the real challenge isn't not eating, but dealing with what shows up when you don't? Anxiety, irritability, that little voice telling you you have no discipline. Sometimes an empty plate reveals other things: exhaustion, overwhelm, emotional hunger. And no fasting protocol in the world can fix that if deep down you're feeling like you're barely holding it together. Your body knows, and the scale? It reflects more than just calories. It reflects your story. Fasting also needs to work with your routine. If you're up early, juggling work, home, kids, or just a full life, breakfast might be your emotional fuel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Forcing a fast on days like that can just add more stress and leave you feeling like a failure. The best plan is the one that fits into your life, not the one that flips it upside down trying to hit some magic goal. That's why the kind of fasting that truly transforms is the one done with awareness. Sometimes, taking a break from your phone, going for a slow walk, sipping tea in silence, and checking in with yourself is more powerful than skipping a meal. Fasting can also mean cutting back on pressure, noise, and unrealistic expectations, and finally hearing what your body and mind have been trying to say. Because losing weight after 40 is about so much more than food. It's about how you treat yourself through it all. Listen to your body. It knows the way. Now that you understand intermittent fasting isn't a villain or a miracle, let me ask you, are you fasting because it truly feels right for your body, or because someone told you it's the only way? Your body doesn't need a fight, it needs to be heard. After 40, it's not about pushing harder. It's about choosing smarter. If you decide to fast, let it be a choice, not a punishment. If you're going to eat, do it with presence, not fear. And if you're still figuring out what works for you, congratulations. That's already the start of real change. Now tell me in the comments, have you tried fasting? Did it help you, or just make you more anxious? What kind of eating makes you feel lighter and happier these days? And of course, if this video resonated with you, hit subscribe on Lean Her 40 Maze, tap the bell, and join us every week as we explore how to lose weight with lightness, awareness, and a little humor. Because here, we're not chasing the perfect body. We're creating a body that works, blooms, and sets you free.